Good morning, guys. So today I thought I'd do something a little different. I think I'm going to put out another video I started to do last week. So kind of like a little bonus pre-shuffle type of thing, which is kind of what I'm going to do now. It's early. It's not that early. I've been up for a while. My daughter might be getting up soon. But, regardless, I got like 7 decks last weekend. I was sick last week after the holiday. I wasn't feeling good. But last weekend we went to a flea market, a couple of them, and at one, it's like in a little, it's not a flea market, it's like a little, like consignment shop. I found 7 decks. One's a little like Heaven's Gate vibe. I guess I'm not gonna say what deck it is because I guess it's from some like TV psychic or something. But I saw the pictures. I was like, it's a little culty for my liking. But a couple of them are okay. I just kind of have to get used to them because they're different. One I'm going to attempt to use today. So that's why I'm kind of doing a pre-shuffle. I have a couple decks that I'm going to see what I'm vibing with for the reading. And that's what I'm going to do now. We'll do the pre-shuffle together. I haven't decided if this maybe should be for Scorpio. Sure, why not? Because then I can get the Sagittarius. No, you know what? I've been kind of focusing on doing a general collective all morning, so that's what I'm gonna stay with for now. I'll do Scorpio next. My daughter's going to her dad's. I do have to study because I do have a test on Monday. I do have to go grocery shopping, so this is my plan. I'm going to do this pre-shuffle. I'm going to attempt to do this reading before my daughter gets up. Then I'm going to go grocery shopping. Then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to, probably while my phone is charging, I'm going to make a few candles because I am running low. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to make some. I'm going to do Scorpio reading. And then for the rest of the night, guys, I need to crash out and study. And I need to study tomorrow. So that's the plan. Let's see if I stick to it. The follow through is always interesting. Okay, so let's see what we have here. I didn't kind of like, I was thinking about doing it last night, so I was doing a little pre-shuffle, and one little tidbit that was coming through was, it looks like somebody has like some type of, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do with this. Okay. Sorry, some type of like passion or something that they want to pursue, and I think you don't quite know how to go about it. Like, you don't know if you have the tools or the skills to go about it. Which is kind of, a normal thing we all go through. This is one of the new decks. It's pretty much, it follows like the regular tarot deck. So that's why I think I want to just kind of start with this one. There's a couple that I'll probably look up most of them. That's kind of why I don't want to use them yet for like readings, because I don't want to stop and have to look everything up. because every deck's a little different. And this one is supposed to be like, I think, the positive side of the message, regardless. I know it's reversals anyways, but you know what I mean. It's like, even if it's like the Ten of Swords, which is a, you know, permanent ending, it's gonna be the positive spin on it, which is great because that's kind of like how I read anyways. I definitely have optimism to a fault sometimes, for sure, in life. Hi Spirit, Dave's in here all morning. I'm just doing a little pre-shuffle with the collective, for the collective. So if you have any messages or guidance towards which decks you would prefer today, please let me know. Any messages that should come out in our little coffee session. I'm kind of digging the newspaper thumbnails, right? I'll get tired of it, I'm sure. So we got the Chariot that came out. Full steam ahead. They are pretty cards. A couple of them are clearly the like less expensive version of the full deck because it's one of the ones that the guides are a QR code. That doesn't work anymore. So that was interesting. I found them, but that deters me from using them, or it makes me rather use them with my own discernment than the meaning, which is probably better anyways. And we have the Ace of Earth, which would be the Ace of Pentacles. You know what? That came out too. During my little pre-shuffle last night, and that's like you're being given like a gift. You're being given the gift of an opportunity of something that's coming into your life. So with the Chariot and the, you know, wanting to pursue something, Messenger of Fire, yeah, that's the Knight of Wands. And so that's, yeah, that's going after your passions. This is all like fiery energy, taking action type of energy. Well, I mean, the earth is grounded, you know, but I mean, it's like, okay, this is good. This is something's being given to you. And then it's you kind of like going after it. That's how I'm taking it, full speed ahead. Or you should. Like when you're given this opportunity, you definitely should go forward with your passions. So this deck is being fruitful. There's one deck it's interesting and I like it. It's simple, so it will be easy to learn. But what the person who made it did was combine some of the major arcana with the minor arcana. So instead of like 78 cards, it's, I don't know, however many, like 56. But the major arcana, like I said, are intertwined with some. So that's what I need to learn with that one, is like which ones are mixed. You can kind of tell by looking at the card. And their meanings are real simple, like one word meanings. So it'll be easy to read them how I see fit once I learn which cards are mixed, without having to confirm. I don't like when things don't go smooth. That's my problem. Everything has to be perfect. You guys don't even see any of the things that I fix. Well, especially if I do it like this. You might more so with the overhead, but still not that it matters nearly as much as I prepare everything. But I think it's just part of my ritual, I guess. Okay. Man, life is crazy. you know, all this, like, these messages that are coming out about, like, taking the leap and going forward and going after what you love, just do it. You know, it's funny because I was thinking about this earlier about something else that led me down this path, but it's like, you're really never, like, too old, too young, too anything to not, like, look forward to, or have something to look forward to. And I think, you know, when everybody says this, we don't listen to our parents until we have the experiences for ourselves, and it's true, because to this day, I'm hearing things in my head my father told me about when I was younger, which had I listened, but I had to learn for myself. But you're never stuck. You're never stuck in anything you don't want to be in, or any job you don't want to be in, or any situation you want to be in, or any relationship you don't want to be in, no matter for whatever reason. You know, if you hate your job and you dread going there every day, literally find another job. Even if it's less pay, find another job, because it is not worth it. Because you're going to look back and you'll be like, what did I do? I don't think I've had a job I really hated. I just had to work a lot. That's what I look back on. I'm like, oh my god, I literally, like, for the majority of my kid's life, was gone as soon as I dropped one of them off at school. And sometimes I didn't get home until 11 o'clock at night on, like, the longest days. It's crazy, because when you're in it, you just do it, right? And you just go and you just do what you have to do. But to look back, I'm like, oh my god. And, like, different things, you know, it's like you always think you have, like, that next day, or you have another minute, or, like, in a minute, let me just, no, do it now, because all of a sudden they're gonna be grown. And I know everybody says it. My god, is it true? I don't know how I'm 45. Time isn't real. My point being is, 10 years ago, even 2015 at this time in 2015, I think I was just starting to look for an apartment. It was right before we moved to the city I live in now. And life was, like, normal. Or what I thought my normal was. I thought that was it. Cut dry. This is my life. I got my partner I've been with for over a decade. My oldest was, like, oh god, how old was she? Like 16, 17. And my youngest was like 9. So it was, like, right in the thick of, like, the family thing. And that's what I thought it was gonna be. If you would ask me then, what will you be doing in 10 years? I'm like, 10 years? I'm like, oh, Cyan will be in college. Aaliyah will be whatever, you know. Off in some other state someplace. Did you think having a tarot channel on YouTube was on my bingo card? No, it wasn't. My point is, you just never know what one change will open up for you. And don't wait for life to force you to do it. I think that's my point. It's like, if you have a passion, or if you have something that you know doesn't feel right, or if you have something that you know does feel right, just do it. don't regret it later, or don't make life force you. Because if you're in the wrong situation or you're on the wrong path, you will get forced out. And if you don't listen, it will be more dramatic and more dramatic until finally, like, you have to. And it's true. If you think about any lesson that you've finally learned in life, just think about it for a second. How many small little lessons did you ignore that could have saved you from the big, okay, I get it moment? How many? Probably a lot. But for whatever reason, you convince yourself. We self-sabotage all the time because we like to be comfortable. Our brain likes us to be comfortable, like this is nice, and routine is comfortable to our brain. Whether it's good routine or bad routine, it's a routine, it's comfortable, it's familiar. This is what I know. Stepping outside of that is always hard until you do it. The more you do it, the more stepping outside of your comfort zone becomes so natural that everything is your comfort zone. You can do anything. I'm gonna do that. I can do that. That's where I'm at right now. I think I can do anything. I kind of always have, but now it's like, forget it. Gator has come out. Only if you might get that. So my point with all this rambling, which I kind of knew I wanted to, I think, which is why I did this, is just do what you love. Just trust me when I tell you the purpose in this life is to do what you love, or you are going to be forced to by many lessons. If it feels right, do it. If you have to talk yourself out of it, don't do it. You know, whatever. Like, if you have to talk yourself out of something, that means you want to do it. If you have to talk yourself into something, you don't want to do it. If you have to compromise with yourself, like, well, this is okay. No, it's not okay. That voice is telling you it for a reason. If you're not okay, your surroundings are probably not okay either. Right? I guess that deck is staying in the reading because I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, I am not anything. I know nothing. Don't listen to me. I just have common sense and shit ton of experience and a lot of self-reflection. But self-reflection with the goal of really healing, and again, I say it a lot, I've deleted all my videos so you won't know that. Healing comes with acknowledging your faults too, and forgiving yourself. For things you can't fix, possibly, you know. But truly learning from it is key. Don't just be like, well, oh well. No, you have to address it, especially if it comes to somebody else. It doesn't matter why you did what you did, you know. It doesn't matter what mindset you were in. It doesn't matter the situation you're in. What matters is how you made that person feel. And if they're telling you how you made them feel, that's not the time for you to make excuses as to why you did it, because that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was an accident. It happened. That's how they feel. Apologize for making them feel a certain way. I'm sorry my actions made you feel this way. That's it. Period. I'm sorry I hurt you. Period. Because that's all that matters. Anything after but doesn't matter. It's just a softener. So don't say it. Learn to stop. I've had to learn to not over-explain. I'm still learning. Clearly. But over-explaining is a sign that you don't think that you're understood. And that makes so much sense. Like, no, I need you, or being around someone who, when needed, will twist your words into something that suits their narrative for the moment. If you're not careful with what you say, the wordplay can be traumatizing. the mind fuck. It's again, I will say, narcissists will stay 5 steps ahead of you. And that means you have got to stay 5 steps ahead of them. Which means you have got to be 10 steps ahead of everything at all times. And you have to think before you say anything, do, move, tone, hug. Because you don't know how it's going to be perceived in the moment. Tomorrow it could be perceived differently. So you have to have the radar. You can't, that's when you can't depend on, that's when you can't depend on routine. That's when you can't depend on a pattern. There is none. And that's why it's so, like you're always kind of chasing a little bit. Which is why you see narcissists with empaths, because empaths are always like, why can't I help you and love you and fix you, and why isn't this good enough? And they're like, because it's never gonna be good enough. Temperance, Page of Swords, the Devil. I don't think I'm gonna do this deck because the words are too small. I'm an optician. I can have any glasses I want. Yeah, so I do think I think you're trying to find it within you. Temperance is a lot about balance and peace and things like that, but I think you're trying to find that peace within you, that, you know how like, you're like, okay, let's do this, like that peace. Because, you know, you do have this like spark of an idea or something like that. The devil came out here, so I feel like, but that's like the little devil on your shoulder. But if I do this, I have to give up this. I have to, you know, your comfort, your whatever your earthly vices are, your addictions, your obsessions, your lustful tendencies, your whatever, all those type of things. Envy. Or that can, you know, can be self-sabotaging thoughts too. Like that can be like the I'm not good enough type of thing. I don't know if I can do this, or, you know. The 9 of Cups popping up here, it's telling you that you need to find, like, you have to, like, love yourself first. And that's easier said than done, but that's the key. Again, self-love and fulfillment is the first thing. So that's, I think, what is, again, driving home too. If this is for your better good, if this decision is going to be for the better good of your life, your quality of your life, your love for yourself, your contentment, the weight of your soul, then the answer is yes. The answer is yes, whatever it might be. You know, I say this all the time, I'm not telling you your future when I do these things. I'm getting the energy that you're throwing out there, that you're letting my guides pick up on. I'm not telling you anything like you don't know. If you're nothing I'm saying to you sparks an idea or sparks, some clarity, then it's not for you. That's all I can say. Like, again, I mentioned in my prior video that's up that I noticed when the reader I was watching was talking about, not being on camera and that it's the message. And I was like, that's true. And when I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do, go back to the overhead. That had nothing to do with the reading. That's what I mean when not always do I think these readings I listen to, like when I'm doing stuff, are like, oh, I have to listen to all. No. Sometimes you just hear things that you need to hear in the moment. And if you're paying attention, I needed to hear that because I was at like a loss of like, why am I stuck? Why can't I make a video? Why am I, and I think I needed to hear that. That being said, I watch tarot readings all the time. I take with a grain of salt, probably because I do it, but I know there are people out there that hang on the answers and the confirmations and the things like that, and it's like, whoa. Most tarot readers will tell you, this is all stuff you know. This is kind of just giving you like a different perspective or making you think of something specific or to kind of unravel the puzzle on your own. And any of this can change depending on how you live your life and what choices you make, If everything is a sign, nothing's a sign. If everything is a sign, nothing is a sign. And if you're looking for signs and you're looking for answers and you're looking for confirmations, you're missing the ones that gravitate towards you on their own, right? That's when it hits you in the face, when you're just going about your day and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, that was, what was that? Like synchronicity or whatever, yeah, and I just take these things with a grain of salt. Take them with a grain of salt. It's great because if you're watching something like this, you're probably, if you're utilizing it the right way, you're doing a lot of introspective thinking. Don't magic 8-ball your way through life. What you need to learn is that anything I or any other reader is telling you, you know. And if you quiet yourself and you think about it, and your first answer that comes to your mind, you listen to your intuition. You know yourself better than anybody else. You just don't believe it. And that's the difference. We all can do this. Right? You don't believe yourself. And that's why you look for confirmation. Like, is this true? Yes. If does this make sense to you? No. Then no. That's it. I watched the thing, and the way I feel about when tarot readers are saying, like, people are doing black magic against you. I think that is so true. There is definitely those things out there. But I also think the percentage. I don't know how else the ratio of, you know, the amount of times I hear a reader say something about someone doing spells or something on you compared to what's really going on. I don't think it's that much. I don't know. I could be wrong. I really could be wrong. I don't know. But I know there are, you know, there are things out there like that. I don't remember where I was going with this. Let me think about it for a second. The readers... I don't know. Basically, take it with a grain of salt. I really don't know where I was going with that. Sometimes it's just like, I don't know. I just, I think using a discernment is what I think I was getting at. I think when you see someone or hear someone say, like a reading or something, the evil eye, or black, you know, black magic, or like beauty spells, or things like that, I think a lot of that is derived from, you know, the theory you hear when people say, be careful what you say because words are a spell. I think we're casting out energy all the time, and what is magic? It's energy, it's intent, it's something you put out into the universe that brings results, right? If someone is so envious of somebody that they are projecting, oh, I wish, why, you know, why are they so pretty, or, you know, something crazy like that, that's projecting an ugly spell on somebody, right? On the lowest of levels, and that's gonna come up in energy. That's how I read it. Me, personally. Everybody is different. I'm not going to tell another reader they're wrong because I don't know what they're seeing. Just like, someone tells me I'm wrong, I'm going to be like, how are you going to tell me what I know? You can't. So that's all I wanted to say, is enjoy readings, take what you can get from them, and leave the rest behind, and don't sweat over them. Yes, they're true. What I say to you, I don't know where this comes from. It's definitely their divinely, like, guided messages, especially when I start getting into, like, visions and things like that. That's interesting. But I think, again, it's just a guide. You have to make your own decisions. But you have a plan, and I think they're just trying to help you succeed at it, so you don't have to keep doing this shit over and over again. This deck was fruitful, but I'm not going to use it because I don't feel like wearing my glasses. Goodbye, my little deck. Not with a camera like this, I don't think so. How long have I been recording? Not too long. So yeah, go after what you love. You know, think about when you, I don't know how old, however old you are, but when you're younger, when you're like teens, 20s, right? Oh my god, 45 seems so old. 30 seems so old. You know, everybody has that weird, like, 30-year-old guy that hangs out with everybody. There was one, and he seems so old, because he was, comparatively. My father used to tell me, the age gap is less significant the older you get. And, you know, my sister and I are 10 years apart. And he's like, you know, you have nothing in common when you're a baby and she's 10 years old, but as you get older, interests and similarities and experiences are going to kind of level out, and it's true. So I think about, oh my god, 45 when I was a teenager, or that was crazy. That was crazy. That was so old. And now, at 45, I'm like, I am so glad, getting through things that I've gotten through, it's happened now, and I have like my whole life ahead of me to do whatever the hell I want. So I'm like, oh, I'm glad I got that over with. And it's not happening now, or it's not happening in another 10 years, and it's like I didn't waste any more time to live my life. I love being a mom. I love raising my kids. My kids are my favorite thing in my life, in my world. I just mean as far as like, you can be a mom and pursue other things. Not when you don't have a lot of money, you can't, because you just have to work all the time. But that's what I mean. Now I can do those things. And that's exciting. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages and the unsolicited advice. And I have a couple of little things I've been dabbling in. A friend of mine, her husband, he makes rooms, and I had mentioned I wanted to kind of look into that, and they gave me a set, and they're awesome. They're so awesome. He carved them out of wood, and I think he did like wood burning on them, and they're all like I want to say shellacked, but like sealed. Oh, I love them. I just need to learn how to do it. I have my little crystal ball, which I've kind of zoned out with a few times and done some meditation, and meditating is weird when you get into that place, man. It's a place, man. It's true. Again, to just be so freely about this stuff, like talk so freely about it, to have a YouTube channel, to do any of this is like so, anybody who knows me is probably like, what? Maybe not now, you guys might be used to it by now, but maybe not. Like, she really has lost her fucking mind. I've stopped swearing. So much. Justice, Seven of Cups, and the Emperor. Weighing your options, having some confusion about them. The Emperor I'm kind of taking as a couple of ways. If it's in the same trajectory, it's like you possibly might be intimidated by stepping into that Emperor role and everything that comes with it. That comes with going after things. People have a lot of responsibility, fear, that they're not going to be able to handle. But you just kind of do, Think about anything else you've done. If you have kids, you don't know what you're doing. You just kind of roll with it. Think of whatever your passion is like a kid. Just do it. Just figure it out. Or it can be nodding towards it that this is like a business. Six of Wands says you're going to be victorious, so again, like I said, everything can change, but that's the vibe. This deck always is a given. I love this deck. I couldn't even hold this deck when I first got it. I just need one more. This is my first deck. This deck I sold at a shop I worked at. So I picked it. It was funny, we had a lady teaching tarot classes. So we had a lady teaching tarot classes. It was like $300 course. I didn't take it, but she sent me the link to the video, and I never watched it. And it was funny because people were like, these are the cards that I'm supposed to have. I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. I had no idea. They were like, are these a Rider Waite? I'm like, I don't know what that means. Yeah? They're like, well, wouldn't you be selling the card that we need? I'm like, I already sold these prior to this event. I worked in a museum shop, but it was in a castle. So sometimes we would do spiritualism tours, and like, you know, around like Halloween time and like candlelight tours and things like that in the fall. So of course I sold tarot cards. Why wouldn't I sell tarot cards? Well, the founder's wife was also big into the spiritualist movement in the early 1900s, so it was part of the history of the museum, the castle, so it made sense too, because it had to make sense. Stuff I sold in there, even like the fun stuff had to tie in. Even if it was just in my mind. Oh, that was the best. I wish. Oh, that was the best. I miss my castle so much. I love my job now, but I miss my castle. I needed it when I was there, definitely. My window literally was a bay window overlooking the ocean. Every day, that's what I came down to. Man, talk about the best place to be when you're healing. And with the best people, it was just awesome. It was awesome. You know, those little pockets of the perfect storm, the perfect people, and the perfect place, they come out when we need them. Definitely. Another instance I had like that was when I worked at Victoria's Secrets. It was great vibes, and I needed that boost to my confidence, I think, at the time. For sure. The Emperor again. I notice that happens a lot, especially if I'm doing lines. A card on the next row will pick up from, you know, we'll have a continuing card. Like, I'll have the Emperor up here, then we'll have the Emperor down here, just to restart. Like, okay, and so on the last episode, you know, like a recap almost. It's funny. It was happening yesterday. I was like, what the hell? That's when I know it's like, yes, this is the story. This isn't like, especially if it's for me, I'm like, okay, I hear you. My daughter's definitely gonna get up. So I think I'll finish this up and I'll do the reading when she leaves, maybe. Just to make sure I have time. I hate when I have to stop because it like kills the energy for me. Some people can do it. I can't. I don't even like to stop and like take a phone call. But that's me. I'll stop and take a phone call like, oh yeah, I forgot I was doing a reading. Alright guys, so that being said, I think I am going to stop this video here. I think I have a good feel for what cards I'm going to use. And I will be back soon to do the reading. I think it'll be overhead. It's not going to be this. I think I'll do, you know what? I'll do this camera shot for stuff like this, for pre-shuffles and random lectures about going after your dreams and, I don't know, not believing in tarot readings. I don't know. Okay guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.